All right, so let's take a look at the steps in meiosis. Now, meiosis, just like mitosis, is going to start off with duplicated chromosomes. So the DNA has already made a copy of itself. So those duplicated chromosomes in this X shape, all right? So this has already occurred, all right? So in meiosis, we're going to start off with one diploid cell. We're going to end up with 4 haploid cells, all right? And so here we're going to have not one nuclear division like what we had in mitosis, but we're going to have 2 nuclear divisions occurring, all right? So let's take a look at the steps in meiosis. And so this is showing the whole thing. So the first division, then the second division, all right? So in the first one, we're going to start off, so this is known as meiosis 1. And in meiosis 1, we're starting off with prophase 1. Now, what you can do is look back in mitosis, and everything that occurred in mitosis of prophase occurs in meiosis 1 of prophase 1 as well. All right? So the chromosomes condense, the chromatin disappear, the nuclear envelope is going to fragment and disappear, mitotic spindles form, centrioles are going to move to opposite ends of the cell, and those mitotic spindles attach to the chromosomes. All the same stuff that we saw in the previous chapter, okay? What's also going to occur is this thing called synapses, and that's what this is trying to show here. And synapses is the joining of homologous chromosomes. So chromosome number 1 from your mom joins up with the chromosome number 1 from your dad. Chromosome number 2 from your mom joins up with chromosome number 2 from your dad, and so on through all the autosomes, and then the sex chromosomes match up as well. This creates what is known as a tetrad. So this is a tetrad, that's a tetrad, that's a tetrad. They're also known as a bivalent. And this is, a tetrad is the paired homologous chromosomes. All right, so that's what we see there. All right, so I don't think I show this any larger. No, I don't. Okay, so the next stage is metaphase 1. And here the bivalents or tetrads are lined in the center of the cell. All right. So once again, homologous pairs are together like so, all right? So if we're talking about us, we would have 23 of these tetrads lined up, okay? Next, in anaphase 1, that's where homologous chromosomes are separated from each other, and these are going to move to opposite ends of the cell, okay? So 23 chromosomes go this way, 23 go that way. In telophase 1, what we're going to do is we're going to see all the same stuff that occurs in telophase and mitosis. Once the chromosomes have completed their migration, right, the mitotic spindles disappear, nuclear envelopes forms around those chromosomes, the chromosomes are going to condense back into chromatin, nucleoli form, cytokinesis is nearly complete. All the same stuff that I mentioned back there in telophase, okay? Here's the difference though, right? So back in mitosis, we had 46 chromosomes and 46 chromosomes. Here, we only have 23 and 23. What you can see here, we still have duplicated chromosomes. They still are in the X shape. So we end up at the end of meiosis 1 with 2 haploid cells, okay? Now, before we move on into meiosis 2, we have this little stage called interkinesis. And so inter means between, kinesis means movements. So there's a resting phase between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. It is similar to interphase, but there is no DNA replication that occurs. All right? Now, moving on to meiosis 2, everything that occurs in meiosis 2 is exactly the same as mitosis. The only difference here is it occurs in 2 cells instead of 1. So prophase 1 is exactly the same. Metaphase 1, chromosomes are lined up in the middle of the cell, exactly the same. Now here's the difference. Once again, in mitosis, 46 chromosomes lined up. Here we have 2 cells with 23 chromosomes lined up. In anaphase 2, homologous chromosomes are separated and moved to opposite ends of the cell. So 23 go that way, 23 go that way. So in telophase, right, once those chromosomes have completed their migration, right, all the same stuff that I've talked about before in telophase occurs, all right? But what we end up here is 1, 2, 3, 4 cells each of which has a haploid number. So for humans, that would be 23 chromosomes in each.